Hello, hello, hello. It's Smarty back again with another Life at Random video. Um, I know this isn't the most flattering angle, but look, bear with me. Sitting at the desk in that chair, it's uncomfortable. I ain't really. Sitting, period, is uncomfortable. Like sitting up straight is uncomfortable. It's a lot of pressure. I We'll get to that. But anyway, hello, y'all. Excuse the angle. I know I look a mess. I still got my, what's this? My bonnet on. Okay. So today is Sunday, August the 1st. I am 3 days post-op. Today's the third day. I had surgery on Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's the third day. I'm also flying back home today. Which is why I'm dressed. For the first time. Well, no, I put on clothes yesterday. I did. I put on a dress yesterday, too. I bought all dresses for this portion of the trip. I was not dealing with it. I got 4 incisions and 1 drain. Let me lean back. Okay, so my drain is right here. This is where my drain is. So this is the biggest incision. It's more open than the rest. These two, this 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 right here, 2 up here. They sealed these with liquid stitches. So they're closed, but still healing. So they're covered right now. Gauze and tape. I did it myself. Well, today. So you got to do it once a day. And so I chose to do it at the same time they did it. So in the morning, I got my spray, my disinfectant. I don't know, the cleaning spray. It's all in Spanish. But this is what they use at the hospital. So this is what I bought to clean it myself. So you spray it on there. You could let it air dry. Like you could fan it, let it air dry. I dabbed it, dabbed around it. I wiped around it. I dabbed the actual incision because I really didn't have time to just sit here and air dry. But also, I probably sprayed too much. That could also be why. I sprayed too much. So, wound care. That's how I start my day. Y'all, this is a lifesaver. This has been my best friend. This right here. It's in Spanish, so I don't know what none of it say, but this is for like the gas, the bloating, that really full feeling. This helps. It's liquid. It's beautiful. So I've been taking that. This is antibiotics. Take this twice a day. 2 p.m., 2 a.m. Yes, I wake up at 2 a.m. to take my antibiotics. And then this is my pain medicine. I haven't taken the pain medicine yet because I have a flight in a little while. So I'm going to try to hold off as long as possible. Now, granted, I could take that on a plane with me. I am going to take it on a plane with me. So, I mean, I could take it now. And then if pain should arise, I could take it on the plane. But I don't want to get dependent. Now, they say you're not. They say it's specially formulated. You won't get dependent on it. But I'm just really cautious when it comes to that stuff because I'm a food addict. I'm addicted to food. Now, that's the conversation people aren't ready to have. When you get this big, it ain't just because you eating regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to admit with myself, in process, getting ready for this surgery. Those are the conversations I had to have with myself. I am a food addict. I'm an emotional eater. Something feel. Hold on. Piece of my tape got stuck on my dress. I'm like, something didn't feel right. But I had to have that conversation with myself. I was an emotional eater. I eat my emotions. I eat my feelings. I was addicted to food. I was. And so I feel like I'm predisposed to addiction. Like, to me, I feel like I'm predisposed. Y'all, I keep touching my legs. I got my compression socks on, and like they move. Like they compression socks. If you ever worn, they are tight. So when they move, they squeeze wherever they move to. So I'm constantly adjusting them to give my legs and my foot some breathing space. Cause whew. But I'm gonna take them off after my flight when I get home, because my flight is 3 hours. They say if you're gonna be seated for longer than 2 hours, wear your compression socks. What was I saying? Yeah, so my flight is 3 hours, so I'll be sitting for longer than 2 hours. And you could just get up on the plane and walk around, but I say, you know what? I'm not about to do all of that. Them aisles is tight anyway. Then, turbulence sometimes. They don't turn the seatbelt light off. I'm just going to wear them. When I get home, I'm going to take them off. And then tomorrow, I got to work. We have convocation from 8 to 12. So I'm going to just have to get up. I'm just going to look at, check my time, get up. Because I know there's going to be, like, breaks and stuff, but I'm just going to get up and move around, make sure I'm walking. Okay, so, yeah, the medicine afterwards. So you get, well, you don't get, but I'm on antibiotics, I'm on pain medicine, I'm on stuff for antacid. Oh, I'm on an acid reducer. I take an acid reducer once a day since my stomach is only 3 ounces. Learn something new, baby. I thought it was only be like 4 to 5 ounces. They snatched your girl. And I did find out, like, talking to other people, I think depending on how big you are, depends on how small they make your stomach. Because my stomach is all of 3 ounces now. But some people I talked to, they said there's like 4 or 5 ounces. So I guess it depends on how big you are. I guess I'm a big one. I'm big. So they like, we got to give her the smallest stomach so we get the most success. And I'm okay with that, babes. I'm in a support group and they talking about 90 pounds in 5 months, less than 5 months. I say, oh, I'm about to be out here acting real different. I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to lose this weight and switch up. I don't know what to tell you. I've already resolved it in my spirit. And my spirit has said, Skinny Maria gonna be different. I don't even know if I'm gonna get skinny, because there are limitations to weight loss surgery. It's a tool. It's not a magic potion. It'll only take you so far. So of course, once I heal and I get cleared by the doctors, I'm gonna start working out. It's some fitness plans. I follow a girl, Fat Girl Slim on Instagram. Her name is Brittany. I think that's her real name, Brittany. She had the gastric bypass, and so she has a fitness plan. I don't think it's tailored just for people that have bariatric surgery, but it's tailored to, in my opinion, bigger girls trying to reshaping their body and, reinventing the body. So I'm going to do her plan because I've seen her. Like, she was bigger and I've watched her work her way down, because there's certain movements that bigger girls can't do. Like, all this weight on our joints and stuff, like, you got to be careful. You messed around, one step, boom, whole knee out. So there's some workout plans and stuff that I plan on doing. I plan on getting in the gym, just to counteract the loose skin, because I know there's going to be some. I mean, I plan on losing about 200. Oof. I'd say about 255 pounds total. Now, not from my surgery date, from my start date. When I first started, when I first got serious about my weight loss, I was 450 pounds. Like, I saw 450 pounds and I was like, oh, no, ma'am. Something has got to go. We got to figure this out. Like, this ain't it. Like, you real life auditioning for my 600-pound life. Daddy. We gotta daddy. And, like, sometimes you gotta get to a point where you gotta show yourself tough love. Like, you gotta give yourself tough love. Like, I had to have that very difficult conversation with myself. Like, this is enough. Enough. Okay? And I know we off topic, but look, if you watching this video because you on the journey, you've done the journey, about to go through the journey, then sometimes, you know what I mean. You gotta have that conversation with yourself. Like, enough is enough. And so, 450 pounds, when I really got serious, I was 419 before I had surgery. Wednesday, July 28th, 2021, I weighed 419 pounds. Yesterday, Saturday, July 31st, 2021, I weighed 415 pounds. And that's still with the swelling. I still got swelling, all that gas and stuff. So I could imagine what it's going to be in a week, 2 weeks. I'm not going to weigh myself again until August 29th. I know when I lose, I know that I'll see a difference. Like, my clothes will start fitting different because this is starting to fit different. This is a dress I bought. I was about... it was in April of this year. I bought this in April. So, like 3 months before surgery. So, of course, you lose weight. On the pre-op diet, they tell you the pre-op diet isn't for weight loss. It's to help shrink your liver. Because most people that get this big have a fatty liver. And so fatty livers make the surgery a little harder, and you want to make the process as easy as possible. That's why I have 4 incisions in a drain. Some people don't have as many incisions because their liver isn't as big. They actually ought to make a separate incision to send a tool in just to hold up your liver so they can get to your stomach. Don't know if you knew that, but your liver is on top of your stomach. So they got to move that out the way, because they don't want to accidentally cut the liver trying to get to the stomach. You don't want none of that. So the pre-op diet is really important. But it's not meant to lose weight. It's not meant. The primary goal isn't weight loss, but weight loss is a result. You lose fat, most likely you lose weight. So yeah. I'm thinking about what I talked about. Well, I haven't made a video since before surgery, the night before surgery. So my process, let's talk about the actual surgery. We're 14 minutes in, we're just not talking about the surgery. A lot of pressure, y'all. That's why I said sitting straight up and like I want to lean back because it's more comfortable. It takes some of the weight off my stomach, but this is a horrible angle. This is outrageous. It's outrageous, y'all. What was I saying? Okay, so surgery day. My surgery was like 6:30 a.m. Right? I was the first one. I think I talked about that in the pre-op. That my surgery was scheduled so early. So they picked me up from the hotel, picked me up from the Hyatt, took me to the hospital, got checked in, got my IV. When I first got there, the IV was over here. You can still see it right there. It was right there. I have collapsible veins. I've always had collapsible, like my veins will give out in a heartbeat. They be like, all right, girl, we done. So that's what, like, I only donated blood like twice because that's when I found out. It took them so long to get that one pint of blood because my veins just kept giving up. But anyway, so they put the IV in. They get you prepped for surgery. You know, put your gown on, do all of that. So, about 6:15, they came and got me. They wheeled me to surgery. I had my life. They literally give you your IV bag. I was like, okay, hold this. And they wheel you to surgery. And so they put me on the table and like they have like these little arm things. Like I don't know if it was just the center I was at, Mexico Bariatric, or if it's like any surgery because I've never had surgery before of the oral. And so they stress you out. And so this one, they keeping up with your vitals. They got the little thing on your finger, the little blood pressure, the EKG stuff that's coming from this way. This way, you got your IV. So the nurse was like, no, not the nurse, the anesthesiologist, the doctor, anesthesiologist or our doctors. She was like, all right, girl, I'm going to give you a shot of tequila. And I remember laughing. I was like, okay, girl, I like me some tequila. Shh. And then she was like, okay, now we're going to put some oxygen on you. Because, you know, when you go under, you know, just, she was explaining to me the purpose of the oxygen once they put you under. Y'all, I took 2 breaths of that oxygen and I was waking up. I took 2 breaths. I remember going, next thing you know, I'm fighting. I'm fighting a nurse. Like, not fighting, but like I had a CPAP machine apparently, and I found this out afterwards. I mean, of course, they can't tell you why you're under. I said, they waited till after the surgery to tell me. Maria, when else were they going to tell you? But I found out during the surgery that I did have a problem with my oxygen. And that's one of the things, that's one of the risks that they tell you about having surgery so heavy. That's why a lot of surgeons won't perform the surgery on people that are a certain size. Well, certain BMI, certain weight. Because with the more weight, the more issues can arise. Thank goodness I'm fine. As you can see, not in the hospital, in a hotel room, on a couch, recording a video. But there was a problem with my oxygen. My oxygen dropped. I wasn't breathing on my own. So they hooked me up to a CPAP machine. CPAP machines are great for regulating your breathing. However, once you start breathing regular, like the CPAP, like the oxygen the CPAP was trying to give me, like it was off. Like I was like, wait a minute. Like the oxygen wasn't coming at my regular breathing. Like my lungs wanted to breathe, but the CPAP was giving me oxygen at a different time. Like it was rough. So I'm sitting here trying to take it off, and she was like, no, you need it. You need to breathe. I can't breathe. I could breathe by myself. I don't need it. She was like, yes, you do. You need it. You need to, you know, she was trying to explain to me right then what was going on, but I was still under the anesthesia. It wasn't like I wasn't so far under that I was asleep, but I was still under. And so she trying to explain. She was trying to go home, so I should have apologized to that lady. But I don't remember. That's what makes it so bad. I don't remember who it was. Like, I literally, it was just a figure over here. Like, I'm trying to pull the CPAP machine off. She's trying to keep it on me. Like, no, you need to breathe. And I'm like, I am breathing. I'm breathing. Like, I owe her an apology wherever she is in the world. I really hope she's doing well because my bad. So, like, I was still under the influence. And so I'm like, I want to get up. I want to walk around because they tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, the sooner you get up, walk around, the sooner the pressure moves and the gas moves. Like, they want you up. Y'all, I fell asleep again. CPAP machine on and everything. I fell asleep. I woke up. I was in the room by myself. I said, okay, sleep back. Come on. I couldn't figure out how to, again, I woke up, I was still sedated. Because I couldn't figure out how to take it off all the way. Like, I loosened the straps. But I didn't realize you had to pull it up. Like, I was like, it won't come off. But like I pulled it off enough to where I can get real like fresh air. It was a mess, y'all. Look, it was a mess. But I figured it out. I got up. I walked around. I was trying to walk. Again, I was still sedated. I almost fell. They was like, "You okay? You sure you ready?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Man, I got back in that room, got in that bed, was knocked out again. Knocked out. And I think I got up a couple more times. Like I was fighting through the sleep. Like for some reason, I didn't want to sleep. Like for some, I don't know what was going on with me. For some reason, I didn't want to just lay there and sleep. Like I kept trying to get up, kept trying to move. Eventually, I gave in. Eventually, I just was like, "All right, have your way medicine," and I just let it do what it do. That was the day of surgery. Like I said, my surgery was like at 6 in the morning, 6:15, 6:30. So I had all day to get through that. I had all day to work through that. Friday wasn't as bad. Friday was not as bad. I still did a lot of sleeping. I don't know what pain medicine they were giving us, or if they were just giving us medicine to keep us sedated. I don't know, child. But if I laid down too long, I would sleep. If I sat down too, I fell asleep on the toilet. I fell asleep in the chair. I just was asleep. I just couldn't. And like part of it could have been because I haven't had any substance since Wednesday. Wednesday before surgery at midnight. I had brought, well, it wasn't at midnight. It was like 10 something, 9 something. Because I went to sleep, child. It was like 9 something. I had broth, a popsicle, and some jello. And so at this point, like I was low energy, the medicine, it was just a lot. Now let me talk about the uncomfortable part of this. Now most people may not talk about this. I have not seen a video about it. And this could just be my personalized experience. It may not be like this for everybody. But I peed on myself. Because you know when you have to pee, your bladder, you feel the pressure in your bladder. You feel it. Like you're like, okay, my bladder is full. Like it's a sensation, it's a signal that goes to your brain. It's some things. But after this surgery, when they go in to do the surgery, they pump your stomach full of air to expand it. So they could put this thing in there. It's like a little measuring tool. I don't know the exact scientific name for it, but it's a measuring tool. So they put that in there, and they're like, okay, this is how big the stomach is going to be. Then they cut around it. They cut around that tool. So your stomach is full of air, and then they pull it out. But when they pull the tool out, the air doesn't just come out. Like it just doesn't go. It's not a whoopee cushion. Like your body has to naturally push the air out. And so you just feel pressure. It's just a lot of pressure. And so they were giving us stuff for nausea, but that pressure is just a natural. Like it just naturally has to go through it. And shout out to this plush gel. It's gotten a lot better because like my back, like a air bubble, gas bubble, whatever bubble made it to my back, and it was just sitting back there, and it hurt so bad. But anyway. So I didn't know that I had to pee. And so I was feeling nauseous. So I'm sitting in a chair because I was going back and forth between sitting up, laying down, trying to find a space, just trying to find comfort. Because there's not really much they could do. It's not much they could do. Your body has to go through it. Like I wasn't in any pain. They gave me pain medicine. They gave me nausea medicine. I wasn't in really, real pain. I was just uncomfortable. You're just uncomfortable. That's the best way that I can describe it. Yes, there is minor pain because like there's incisions like you were cut open, bored into, whatever you want to describe it as, but they got inside your body. So there is some pain at the incision sites and things like that. But overall, I would say I was uncomfortable more than anything. And so, um, I was in the chair, and like I felt like, oh, I gotta throw up. So I get the trash can, and again, you haven't eaten anything. This is this was surgery day, so this was Thursday. So this was Thursday night. So there's nothing in my stomach. First of all, I was on a clear liquid diet for 2 days before surgery. So my stomach and my intestines would be empty. So they're already empty on purpose. And so basically you're just throwing up bowel, you're just throwing up water, whatever. Had they given me water yet? Ice chips. They gave us ice chips. It's a slow trickle of water. So like I'm just throwing up bowel or like this frothy, it's just froth. And so I go to throw up. I'm like, and then it just goes. Psh. I was like, ah. And like I couldn't. Of course, I mean I just had surgery, so it wasn't no just jumping up. Like I can move a little quicker now. I'm a little more light on my feet, but wasn't no just jumping up. And two, I still had to throw up. Like I was still throwing up. Like I couldn't stop. It was a mess. Like I still had to throw up. So like I'm still going, and it came out some more. I'm just telling y'all, it might happen. I just want y'all to be prepared. If you go on this journey, if you make the decision, look, you might pee on yourself. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of different sensations, and these are new sensations. It's not new, cause I can explain it. Like when somebody asks how I'm feeling, I was like, I feel really full. Like think about a time where you've overeaten, and I mean like really overeaten. Like you ate way too much, like to the point where you were miserable. That's how it felt. Like being so full to the point that you're miserable and it does not go away. Because you know with food, like eventually it breaks down, eventually it processes, eventually you poop, eventually you like you can drink a Sprite or something, get in there, burp real good, give you some relief. There's none of that. There was no, for the first 48 hours there was no relief, because we didn't get this until we were discharged. You don't get this until you're discharged. And that was yesterday. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning, there's no relief. Walking helps. Walking does help. Like it moves it around. It moves it around. It moves it around. So walking does help. You will start to burp. This might be TMI, but gotta be real. I didn't poop for the first time until Saturday. And pooping did give me a little bit of relief. I say a little bit because it was a little bit. It wasn't a major, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a little, y'all, my tape ain't taping. And I don't know if that's user error or if this just ain't a good tape they gave. Well, that one look good. Oh, maybe it's user error because the other ones look good. I just don't want it to come off. I just ain't trying to get nothing in my incision. But what was I saying? Yeah. So discomfort. It wasn't that often that I was like, oh my gosh, I need pain medicine. Give me some pain medicine. Because I wasn't in pain. I was just uncomfortable. Like, most of it was me wanting to be like, give me an antacid, give me some Pepto-Bismol. I just want to poop. I just want to get this gas out. Like, that's the feeling that I had. That's where I was. Now, I can't speak for anybody else because sometimes everybody has a different experience. My experience was, I just want to poop. That's what I wanted for myself. I just needed to poop or burp or whatever. Just get the gas out. Um, so yeah, that was that experience. So my IV, this it stopped, like it started swelling. Like the IV wasn't, the fluids weren't going in my veins anymore. So then they tried to put it over here. It didn't work out. This hand did not work out. Like she tried to put it in there, it didn't work. So then it had to go right here, over here, and it's still tape. I gotta clean that off. It's still. And then Friday night, this one, this vein collapsed, and it stopped. It hurt. Oh my gosh! I felt like she came to do my medicine, and I felt every drip of it. I was like, no, 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 stop, 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 that hurts. And so they took it out, and this was Saturday night. So they was like, okay, well, we know, no, Friday night. They were like, you're discharging in the morning, so we're trying to, we're gonna talk to the nurse. To your doctor, and see if they gonna, they want to do another IV, or if they just gonna give you, your stuff orally. And so at this point, I think my antibiotic drip had already finished. So now I just had my fluids, just like my regular fluids, my nausea, and my pain going to my IV. So they was like, well, we're gonna stop the IV right now. They gave me some. I was already drinking liquids. Oh, hold on. You got to do a leak test. Tripping. Oh, my bad. I skipped a step. So on Friday, 24 hours after surgery, you got to do a leak test to see if there's any leakage. They put you in front of this little X-ray machine. They give you a liquid, and they look at it, travel down to see if there's any leaks, any seepage. I passed my leak test. So they gave me water, Gatorade, and apple juice. Water goes down with no problem. Water is my best friend. I don't have any issues with it. Hot, cold, room temp. Water does my body beautifully. Gatorade, hated it. Now, let me just say, I didn't like Gatorade before the surgery. I'm a Powerade girl, not a Gatorade girl. Didn't like Gatorade anyway. But post sleeve, can't handle Gatorade. Gatorade made me nauseous and didn't sit well. That apple juice though, it. So they gave us the apple juice for energy because it has sugar. It's natural sugar, but sugar nonetheless. You haven't had sugar in a while, like it's just. So it was great. It was great. Let me tell y'all, it was beautiful. However, it was so sweet. And as somebody who likes apple juice, I love apple juice, y'all. But after the sleeve, like, it was so sweet. It took me a long time. First of all, it takes a long time to drink anyway. You have to sip. It's like because again, your stomach can only hold 3 ounces. You don't want to overdo it. You drink too much, it's gonna come back up. So like, I was already sipping it slow, but it took me even longer. Like, I fell asleep drinking the apple juice, woke up drinking the apple juice. That water was gone though. I drank 2 bottles of water. And they're little. Let me not over exaggerate. I drank 2 8-ounce bottles of water in the time that it took me to get the apple juice down. And my nurse kept reminding me, like, you need to drink the apple juice. You need the sugar. You need the energy. The sugar is going to give you energy. You need it. Girl. So I'm looking at it. Okay, girl. So eventually we got it down. Okay. So that's what so I was on liquids already. That's why I just had to rewind. I was on liquids already. So the IV didn't work. The IV stopped working. They were like, okay, well, we can just give you pain medicine and nausea medicine orally if you need it. And so this was Friday. I didn't need it. Like, I was asleep. I was fine. When I woke up, I was fine. Like, I was. Because like I said, I wasn't in any real pain. I haven't been, thank God. Oh, thank God, knock on wood. I haven't been in any real pain. I've just been uncomfortable. And so I didn't need the IV. Like, they took the IV out, and I was fine. I got discharged Saturday morning. I've been at the hotel. I've been taking my medicine. There's different times for different things. Like, I think I started my pain. I did take a pain. I didn't take the pain pill yet, but I did take one yesterday because I think with all of the commotion and the moving around and the going from one place to another place and then being in the van, it did some things. Some things got uncomfortable. So I take that every 8 hours. The nausea medicine, upset stomach, all that, I take that every 8 hours. Antibiotics is every 12. Then there's an acid reducer, which I take once a day. I don't know, I can't remember what time. I wrote all my times down, so I need to take my acid reducer. Because like I said, we got a smaller stomach, so you gotta reduce the acid so you don't have that heartburn and all of that. I'm trying to think of what else. So I'm back on the clear liquid diet. Clear liquids for 3 to 7 days, depending on how my body feels. Now it says 3 to 7, and I don't know what date that's supposed to start. I don't know if 3 to 7 goes from surgery date. It starts surgery date, or if it starts like the day after, or if it started. I'm guessing it starts Friday, because Friday was when they gave me the liquids. So I'm gonna go with Friday. So on Thursday of next week, well, no, Sunday, so technically Thursday this week. So on Thursday, I'm gonna see how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling good, if everything is going well, then I'm going to switch to thick liquids. And then thick liquids is another 3 to 7 weeks. I mean, not 3 to 7 weeks. 3 to 7 days. And we'll see how thick liquids go. If thick liquids go well, then we'll switch to the puree food, soft food phase. That's any food that you can, like smushy foods, that don't really take much to digest. And then we'll do that for a while. And then it's just a gradual introduction of solids. You don't just jump right into solids. You got to take your time. Because like I said, like you're still healing. You got to take it slow. See what your body can handle. So that's where I'm at. So right now, everything is well. I'm just waiting on my time to go to the airport. My flight isn't until 5 p.m. today, so I'm just waiting on that. So everything else is great. I'm so thankful. I've been so emotional, like, because I've just been so thankful for this opportunity, because like I mentioned in my pre-op video, that I wanted to do this back in 2016, and I let people talk me out of it. And I was about 100 pounds lighter back then. That's the crazy part. I gained 100 pounds from 2016, when I was originally going to do the surgery, to the end of 2020. So like 4 years. So in like 4 years, I gained about 100 pounds. That's the crazy thing to me. I was like, man, if I would have actually went through it in 2016, I would be at my goal weight. Like, I would be maintaining my goal weight by now. But I actually gained a whole 100 pounds. So now I got to lose that 100. Lose the extra 100. Then lose the other 2. Well, not 2. I don't want to be 150. I don't know. I can't. It's been a long time since I've been less than 200 pounds. I feel like the last time I was like in the 100s, I was in middle school. I feel like that's when it was. It was back in middle school, and that size. Like, I was shapely back then. The stomach wasn't that big, but I had the hips, the thighs, and the booty. I was stacked up now. I was stacked up like some flapjacks. So that's what I want to get back to. I just want to be stacked up like some flapjacks, okay? I just want to look like the IHOP special, okay? 3 pancakes with some butter and some syrup. Yeah, so I think that's it. So yeah, you gotta clean your wounds once a day. You take your meds as scheduled. You gotta get up. You gotta walk. Make sure you get your fluids in. That's the biggest thing. That is going to be the biggest thing. Get those fluids in because you don't want to get dehydrated. You don't want to get dehydrated. You get dehydrated, you're going to have to go back to the hospital. It's a whole big ordeal. We don't want that. Ain't nobody trying to go back to the hospital. Ain't nobody trying to go through all of that. So, liquids. I need to go downstairs and get a bottle of water right now. Because, let me tell you, that electrolytes, it was so good before surgery. I loved it so much. After surgery, it makes my stomach turn. I don't know if it's the flavor, if it's the sugar, the salt. I don't know what it is about it. But post-stop, can't have it. Can't handle it. It's too much. So I need to go get me some water right now so I can stay hydrated. So yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Hold on.